You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Also representing my second channel, Mocha's Cafe de Paris. That is my co-ed channel for men and women. Please be sure to subscribe to both. If you don't mind, please go ahead and hit that like button for me, y'all, because I've been anxiously anticipating y'all to give y'all this coverage, y'all, about the crash dummies. All right, so let me start off by saying this before I even go into the content of today. Everything I say in this video is alleged, based off of my own opinion. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Anything I say is specifically opinionated, and it is fair use act. So this is my disclaimer. So let's get into it, y'all, because I've had y'all anticipating long enough. If you haven't, please make sure you have subscribed. That way, whenever I upload, you will be in on the loop. Okay, so ladies, I really want to talk about the markdown Martell and Arionne air mattress TikTok live. Baby, when I say that live was given third party embarrassment, I don't think that neither of these crash dummies would realize how slow they really looked, y'all. It was given as slow as a crock pot, as slow as the hours working in Walmart for overtime. The live was really cringing, to say the least. And it really helps to make sense as to how these crash dummies ended up together in the first place. These crash dummies are both a recipe for disaster. They are an accident that never should have happened, but was bound to happen, right? Now I really see clearly why Martell ended up choosing this woman. And it wasn't by choice. Melody wouldn't allow herself to be a second option. Okay? Martell thought he really chose this fate, but it was basically handed to him. The level of slowlessness is incomprehensible. That live on TikTok really revealed way more than I thought I knew about the puppet master Martell and his puppet. So now I'm trying to figure out, did Arionne where does she really stand, at this point? Did she graduate from peasant to puppet, or from mistress to prisoner, or from side dish to just a vending machine snack? This TikTok live is making it very difficult for me to really see where she fits, in Martell's life, right? Ladies, when I say that live revealed how much control Markdown Martell has over air mattress, girl, the only thing I could say is she has signed up to become a full-time member of Martell's misery. Okay? Arionne has become his permanent placeholder. Notice I said placeholder, not his wife. We're going to view this TikTok together, on this content today, right? I want all of y'all to peep the fakery and the fuckery. Even Stevie Wonder would be able to see right through the BS. When I say Master Martell was handling Arionne all up and through that live, she doesn't have a man, y'all. she has a master. Yes, Massa Martell. No, Massa Martell. Baby, Air Mattress, you are not his partner. You are his puppy and his puppet. You might have got the man, but you have all the lifetime of misery that is coming with it. We are going to watch this TikTok live and break down all of the elements, y'all. My bad about that, somebody was calling me. So we're gonna basically, break down all of the elements with this TikTok live. We are not going to listen only just to the words, but we are also going to study the body language, the undercover sarcasm, the demands under the hidden jokes. I don't want us to just look above the surface, but I want us to really analyze beneath the surface, right? Also, while I'm thinking about it, shout out to 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼. I was in her chat when she did bring up this story. So, I have to give credit to where credit is due. If I'm finding out some info from another content creator, it's only right that you give homage to the people who report the news, that many of us could use, right? So shout out to her and Empress Radio. It's a couple of people who've been speaking on this. So shout out to all the queens on blogging. I don't have a favorite. I'm cool with everybody, right? Whoever can produce some good receipts and drop some good gems, guess what? I'm gonna rock with you regardless of what, right? So, as we get ready to play this live TikTok, y'all, I further believe Arionne felt the need to go live because she feels the urgency to not only convince the audience, but moreover to convince herself that she is still in the winning streak with Martell. I further believe, too, that since she hasn't been granted the keys to join Lost and Tragic in Huntsville, I believe she feels the need to constantly go live with Martell to basically create a show of her own, proving that she exists. So because she cannot be on the show, I believe she feels the need to always seize the moment to go live and create her own show. You feel me? That's what that is one of the reasons I feel she likes to go live, because she has not been granted or given that opportunity to come on the show. So you know what? She just has learned to settle to just go live with Martell any chance she gets, right? So the low-hanging fruit mindset of the angry bird that feels so proud and honorary that she can now be privileged with public display of being on the arms of another woman's ex-husband. Martell chose a low-hanging fruit, a rotten apple that had already been rotten and fell to the ground, and that is the reason why you have a lot of dudes like Martell that settle for the low-hanging fruit, because already to the ground. You don't have to put in effort. It's right there. It's convenient. It's available. As for a fruit that is up high, you got to do put in more effort. You got to use a ladder. You have to really take the extra measures to reach something that is high. Especially if it's above you. And that's why you have a lot of men like Mark Martell. They rather choose a low-hanging fruit. It's easier to get. There's no work. There's no effort. But the bottom line is, it's rotten. Okay? It ain't on the ground for nothing. Okay? All right? It's not fresh anymore. The value has depreciated. That's why that apple has landed on the ground. Okay? And that's what Arionne Air Mattress is. She is that fallen apple, that low-hanging fruit. So, it makes perfect sense why Martell decided to just continue with Air Mattress. He wanted a woman that thinks more of him and less of herself. And this live is going to show all of that, y'all. And I'm getting ready to play it. Just bear with me. He chose a woman that's too insecure to set boundaries and put her foot down. He chose a woman that's going to allow him to lead, even though he has proven as a man and as a husband he lacks leadership ability. He chose her most importantly because Mel chose herself. Any woman that chooses to be with Martell is going to have to put him on a pedestal, even when she's being treated as a peasant. The fact that these two crash dummies can move on so easily with no shame, no remorse, no regards for how their actions have impacted so many others just goes to show that these two were a match made in the pits of hell. So y'all, we're going to go into the live and we're going to be pausing. We're going to be doing a lot of interjecting in between. So my apologies if I forget to put the link to this video where I got it from. Somebody just post in the chat for me to post the link and I'll put it there. That way you can watch it on your own without any interference, any interruptions. That way you can get a whole clear non-interfering view of the content. But I'm letting y'all know I'm going to be interjecting a lot, not only for just that reason, but it also keeps the copyright down to a minimum. So y'all, let's get into it, because I know y'all been waiting for a moment. So let's go ahead. And again, it's going to be a lot of pausing and interjecting in between. I did speed it up just a little bit because she really wasn't saying much. And even throughout the whole content, she still really ain't saying much to this TikTok live. Now, keep in mind, the Eminem kids are there, okay? So is little Helmet, Air Mattress's son that she had from Martell, okay? Keep in mind, notice she's in the truck the whole time. I think, well, I'll mention that later on about the way the court order is properly orchestrated, in which she probably cannot go, she's probably not allowed to go nowhere in the house, that Melody has allowed Martell to be court ordered to spend time with the children. So I think she's not allowed to go into the residence, and if she is, I know she's not allowed to stay the night. That is court order, and Melody made sure she shut that down. But y'all, let's observe this live. Let's see what's going on here, and yeah, let's just get it popping.
Let me see you ride, son. He graduated from his Spider-Man bike. Now he got like a real bike. Well, Spider-Man bike was a real bike, but see, I don't think I'm gonna get braces on again because I feel like I had braces on for too long. But yeah. Last night I went out with my friends at Bridge Street, and that's like my favorite restaurant. But this.
So y'all, please make sure if you're just coming in to hit that like button. For those who are probably just coming in, trying to figure out what is going on, what's on the menu today. Basically, Arionne Air Mattress and Martell Motel 6 decided to do a TikTok live. As I stated, you know, she's not allowed to be on the show. So any moment that her and Martell are together, she goes live, because that is the only way she will ever have a show with Martell. She's going to have to go live on YouTube or either TikTok, because so far, Lost and Tragic in Huntsville is not giving her the key to join, not yet. Eventually, maybe if the views continue to plummet, they may get desperate enough and pull some shenanigans. But as you can see in this live, y'all, again, I want y'all to pay attention to the body language. I want y'all to pay attention to the conversation that's taking place, the things that she is saying. I would definitely state this. Just hearing Air Mattress talk, it's like having a conversation with a high school female who still doesn't know what she wants to do in life. She knows that she needs to do something, but she has no real direction. She has no real depth of what she needs to be doing with herself. So just be prepared. This conversation that she's having is going to be very mediocre. It's going to be very bland, but again, we are going to be doing a lot of observation with this TikTok live. And yes, Martell is going to be talking, and he's going to be embarrassing her. So just stay tuned, y'all. Hang in there with me. Just hang in there. Please hit that like button again.
It's just no ponytail in the back. It's not giving bald. It's just giving.
Okay, let's see what's going on.
Positive moving forward. We don't discuss the past and a divorce that was 4 or 5 years ago. Like, damn, I can't go to court with my man. Like, damn, y'all. Had I
She says she can't go to court with her man and she doesn't want to talk about the past. But you did go to court recently when y'all called yourself trying to harass Melody. But yeah, we'll continue.
been on live on some bullshit that would be Aries said A, B, and C, I'm always tangled up in some. And I'm just up here trying to go to school.
Okay, the people in the comment section, and she was definitely getting ate up. A few people in the comment section was basically saying, hey, you caused this, what you're going through, you caused it. You brought it upon yourself. You have a few side chick supporters, of course, who are trying to kick for her and say she didn't do anything wrong. So, Jezebels are going to always be supported by other Jezebels, so that's to be expected. There's nothing to take personal. But as I stated, this conversation is very mediocre. She's not saying anything meaningful. She's not saying anything that's shown any type of growth, any type of maturity. She still has the same mindset she had ever since Martell first started dealing with her. She has not womaned up yet. I don't hear any growth and I don't hear any maturity. It's just not there, y'all. Continue.
Malia, not so loud. My daughter's so loud.
Let me see.
Maverick.
Wait, this one. Let me see. This other part. Okay.
All right, let's get to the main part.
I didn't think so. Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Okay, bear with me, y'all. I don't know why it's...
What was the hardest part of your program? Like, what do you think? Like, I used to say struggle with Dosha's cow, but now it's just like a thing of the past. Yep, that's Martell. He right here.
Be careful, Milani.
And she loves to seize the moment to let everybody know when she's around Martell. Because pretty much, at this point, I believe she has accepted her position of being the permanent placeholder. So as long as she can just be around Martell, even if there's no growth, even if he doesn't take it to the next level, she's learned to nest in that. And this is what happens to a lot of women when desperation takes over you knowing your worth. When you start allowing your need for companionship to become more of a priority than for your need to have a man who truly values you and wants to elevate with you. She has gotten to that place in which she realizes that she cannot enforce, she cannot make Martell take things to the next level, because I'm sure if she had it her way, she'd go to the first local courthouse and marry him as sap. But what it is, Martell is calling the shots. He's leading the whole relationship, if that's what you want to call it, situationship or whatever the case is. So what Air Mattress is doing, she's learning to find contentment with the crumbs that Martell is giving her. Okay, so if she can just ride with him, if she could go to Chili's to get some Southwestern egg rolls with him, if she can go to Publix with him to get an 8-piece fried chicken, which is phenomenal. I love Publix fried chicken. Wherever Martell is willing to place her, she is okay with that. She'd rather have Martell in some shape or fashion in her life to not have them to not have him in her life at all. So she's just learning to basically work with the kibbles and bits that Martell is giving her in this situationship.
What's his kids like?
Farm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Farm is on some bullshit. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, since I'm so far in my program, for me, it's like the discipline was studying, because I feel like I've caught on to nothing. So now it's almost like you learn.
There you go.
You learn how to answer questions, and now it's just be like,
good job.
Girl, you are trying to make us think that you have this mindset of trying to better yourself by going to school. You're basically trying to run game on us by making us feel like you are really, trying to get yours. You're trying to get your nursing degree. You're talking about the classes. You're talking about the studying. I don't think you're doing any of that, to be honest with you. And if you are, I believe you're struggling. You're struggling trying to become something you're not. You know that Martell definitely takes a liking to women who are ambitious and are willing to put in the work to become something more in life. And I think you're doing just like Martell. I think Martell is shitting you and you're shitting Martell. If you are going to school, you're doing just enough to make him think that you can be just as ambitious as Melody, that you have the potential of, being just as driven as Melody. I don't see it in you, and I'm not one to down another woman. But I feel like the only thing that Arionne Air Mattress has it in her to do is to be Martell's bed wench. Okay? I don't think she really wants to be much of anything out of life. And if so, it's to prove a point to Melody. And if she does want to be more, become more, it's so that Martell can see her potential. So, again, she's saying a whole lot of something without really saying nothing.
Yes, sir.
right now, all the kids are with us.
Yes.
They outside riding bikes. It's Martell's week. So, no, I don't have no foundation right now. I just got on lashes, no earrings, and a ponytail slip to the back that I need to tighten up.
Girl, nobody cares about that dollar store ponytail that you've been playing with since you started this live, okay? And not just for me perm that you claim is not a perm, but we know it's a perm. But you don't have a perm, you have a yearn. That perm is yearning for a new hairstyle. But let's continue.
Nurses, y'all ain't about to keep with me. Start talking about motivational stuff, please.
Did you hear that? Did y'all peep when she put that phone down? Martell, Massa Martell, Arionne's Massa Martell, he said, can you please start talking about motivational stuff? Talking about positive, stuff that's more motivational, please. So, he's pulling her strings because this is the thing, right? Martell has been around her enough to know that she's not that smart. She's not that bright. He cannot trust her to lead a conversation without saying something stupid or embarrassing. Now, I'm going to play that tiny part back just one more time, y'all, because I want to peep exactly what he said. But again, this is a man who does not trust his woman, if that's what you want to call her. He doesn't trust her, so he feels like he constantly has to guide her like a child on what to say and what to do. But let me play that part back, because again, we're going to do some heavy study and we're going to do some analyzing. Now, peep when she puts the phone down, and we're going to listen in, okay?
You. I've been natural all my life. I never had a perm.
What up, Martell?
Okay, let me play it back, because somebody said he can't whisper.
It's just no earrings. The ponytail slipped to the back that I need.
No.
Else matters right now in life. Besides you, baby.
Wait a minute, y'all.
Not out just yet, but it's out.
My apologies. I'm trying to get back to the part where they whispered, okay? I think I went too far up. Okay, hold on. Bear with me, because I want to hear what he said.
My transformers. But
Okay, it's getting there, y'all. Bear with me, because I want to hear exactly what he said.
positive moving forward. I don't live on some bullshit that with the Aries and A, B, and C. I'm always tangled up in some. And I'm just up here trying to go to school.
𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, not so loud.
Okay, I hear him coming near her. Hold on.
My daughter's so loud.
Let me see.
Maverick.
Wait, this one. Let me see. This other part. Okay. I said nothing else matters right now in life. Besides you, baby. I'm going to school for nursing.
So, mind you, damn, y'all, I'm
Baby.
trying to get that little part.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
I'm gonna have to pick it up.
I didn't think so. Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
All right.
I'm almost done.
It's not me, y'all. It's the quality of the video. It's choppy.
I said nothing else matters right now in life. Besides you, baby.
Now, let me pause right here. My son is all that matters in life. Besides you, baby. She had to make sure she reiterated on that. She has to constantly stroke Martell's ego. She knows he feeds off of that. A woman making him feel like a man even when he's not is what's important to him. And Arionne is going to make sure she always does what makes Martell feels good to him as a man, even if it means demeaning herself as a woman.
I'm going to school for nursing. Thank you.
Maverick.
What was the hardest part of your program? Like, what do you think? Like, you know, I used to say struggle with dosage cow, but now it's just like a thing of the past.
Please make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. This is the live TikTok that Arionne Air Mattress and Fire Marshal Martell did yesterday. Again, she cannot be on OWN, so she has to create her own show to prove that she's still with Martell, which is the reason that she goes live. But again, I'm waiting for the part in which you whisper something to her, and that part is getting ready to come up momentarily, y'all. So just be on standby. Hit the like button. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's Martell. He right here.
Be careful, Milani. Watch those kids out.
Farm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, farm was on some bullshit. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, since I'm so far in my program, for me, it's like the discipline was studying, because I feel like I've caught on to nursing, so now it's almost like you learn.
There you go.
You learn how to answer questions, and now it's just like...
Good job. Yes, sir.
Right now, all the kids are with us.
Yes.
They got to start riding bikes. It's Martell's week, so... No, I don't have on foundation right now. I just got on lashes, no earrings, and a ponytail slip to the back that I need to...
Somebody just said, you'll never get that ring, sis. They not having no filter. She may be wearing a filter, but they don't have no filter in that damn comment section.
Tighten up.
Nurses, y'all need a lot of kids. We need to start talking about motivational stuff, please.
Okay, again, he said, just start talking about motivational stuff, please. In other words, help me to be fake. Help me to perpetrate and put up a front like we're in a good, happy space. Again, it's all about proving a point. It's all about trying to manipulate us into believing that everything is great, and we all know that's far from the truth. So just the fact, as a grown man, you felt like you needed to coach your woman on what to talk about, because you don't trust her brain. You know her brain is just as dysfunctional as yours. So you feel only you have all the sense in a relationship, which goes to show what air mattress is really up against. But I wanted us to play that part back, so let's continue.
You. I've been natural all my life. I never had a perm.
What up, Martell? Take you, fun. Y'all want to go for a ride, Martell?
Thanks, baby.
Everybody in the comment section, we heard that. In other words, we heard you coaching your child, because we know you treat air mattress like a child, into what to say.
We heard you, Martell. You can't whisper. We heard they. Oh my God, they like. We heard you. We heard you. We definitely heard him laugh my ass off. But really, come on. Let's start talking about the motivational. We heard him. They love you, Martell. You need to get on live. They think about me.
Let's go, man. No, you good?
They love you, Martell. Again, that's always been her way of keeping Martell in her grace, in good graces. She has to constantly stroke his ego, just like somebody said in the comment section. She strokes his ego, and he needs that. That's why she's still around. She constantly tells him how great he is, how wonderful he is, how much she loves him, how much other people love him. She's fighting daily to prove to Martell of how much she admires him and how much other people admire him.
Melania getting so tall.
That's where you want to go for a ride? On the bike. I know, right?
I thought you talked about
No, only about we about to go do tennis.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, Mariah ready. And... Yes, it amazing.
You got a coach? You got the private coach?
No, not today. So just the girls gonna play.
Oh, okay.
Mariah versus Malia.
Oh, okay. Does she always beat Malia? Did Malia ever win?
She better not. Mariah better always win. But I mean, still good, decent competition though. But Mariah.
Decent competition.
I mean, Malia's good, but Mariah.
How old is Malia? 9.
Right.
And 13.
Right.
For Mariah,
that's
no competition.
Yeah, that's a good training session for Mariah. And it's a great training.
For Malia?
No, for Mariah too.
Training for Mariah?
Yeah.
Beating a 9-year-old?
No, I mean, because the best thing is getting balls and getting good hits. You know, she's hitting the ball a lot.
When did she start? What made Air Mattress become a parental expert and giving Martell any advice about children? When we all see Lil Helmet still having issues of his own. One would think that you need to focus on your own son. Melody got her kids. So you're up here giving parental guidance like you are qualified in that, and you're not. Are you doing that to prove that you have a say-so to a degree when it comes to Melody's children? Because I kind of noticed you did kind of zoom in on the cam a little bit when you asked that. So are you trying to spite Melody by having an opinion about her children? It's a motive behind it. I just don't see where she is. She doesn't have the assignment. She don't have the credentials to be giving Martell advice about his children for Melody. I'm not feeling that at all.
I think that's the main thing is continue to hit a lot of balls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just like any other sport, like basketball, go out there and shoot you about 300 shots or something like that.
No, Paris does not do tennis. Paris does volleyball, and Paris is a cheerleader for her school. Yesterday she had a tournament that was literally all day long.
Thanks to her father, because from what we know, Paris lives with her father. So if she's in any activities, if she is doing well, don't toot your horn like you played a part in it. Because as we all know, Paris is with her father more than she is with you. So you can dismiss us with that as well, dear.
From 8:30 to about 7 o'clock. Yeah. So she likes volleyball.
Malia, come here. Sweetheart, why you hollering like that? Tell you not to. I understand what you want, but stop yelling so loud. Okay?
I got it from you. I'm sorry. I'm happy.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, I'm sorry that you.
I got it from you.
Like what? We do get excited when we win, but
that's what you teach him, Martell, to win all the time.
You can catch it now, Maverick. I'm so happy that Maverick can catch it now.
Oh, his bite.
Oh, what?
Yeah, volleyball is all day long.
And y'all, she's dismissing and overlooking all of the negative comments. She's not addressing it at all. Somebody told her you too pretty to settle for him. She overlooked that. So anybody trying to tell Air Mattress, that's why I gave her that name, Air Mattress, because her brain is full of air like a mattress. She does not care about nothing or no one but Martell. So she don't even care about being humiliated or being mistreated. Long as she's with Martell, that's all that matters to her. So everybody in this comment section trying to encourage her or trying to, talk any sense into her to leave Martell alone, you're wasting your energy. She will not leave Martell alone. Listen, she don't hung in there 12 plus years being a side chick. She might as well hang in there another 12.
Daddy duty in producer mode, that's cool. I'm reading comments right now. No, I'm not gonna block anybody. I don't even block y'all no more. I don't even care. Listen. My life, your entertainment. Martell, stop moving. I need to, girl.
Melania need a kickstand on her bike. That's bull. Good now?
Maverick goes so fast now.
I know. And a bigger bike, a 12 to a 16 is a big deal.
But so how long do you think he'd be on that bike? For like a year or no?
Yeah,
Martell?
I mean, because Melania, she's still on her 16-inch bike.
Well, Melania just got a bike
I know, but
in the last 6 months.
I know, but hers is 16-inch. Same size.
Her bike look bigger than Maverick.
Because it's taller, but it's same. It's a 16-inch in terms of tires.
Oh.
So he might be on there for a year. We'll see.
Now, did y'all just peep that she's feeling some type of way about a bike? Okay, and this just goes to show this is what I call inner torment, because every time she's around Melody's children, she's always sizing and constantly comparing, and she's gonna always do that. Even though she did indeed make the decision to have a child from Martell, that was her way of trying to lock in the deal and seal the deal. And she'll never, ever really feel secure, because the truth of the matter is Melody's children will always have way more than Maverick. That's just the truth of the matter. And it's not so much because of Martell. It's just the type of mother Melody is. You may can imitate, but you'll never be able to duplicate. And it just goes to show that every time she's around Martell and his children, Martell, being that he is so slow like the tortoise that he is, he's not paying attention, but Air Mattress pays attention to all of the wrong things. She is constantly sizing up what Maverick has compared to what the Eminem children have. Okay? This is the very reason why every time Martell gets his children, she makes it her business to be around Martell and his kids, because she wants to make sure that Maverick, Little Helmet, is not being left out, is not being excluded, is not being treated. And I get it. All children need to be treated equally and treated fair, and no child should feel like they're getting less love than the other child. But the truth of the matter is, Air Mattress and Melody is two totally different women when it comes to how they parent their children. And Melody has always been one to really work with her children. She's a hands-on mom. That's why the Eminem kids are so smart. They started learning how to articulate themselves at a very young age. Little Helmet, on the other hand, is still having a hard time kind of formulating his words. He is talking a little bit better, but it's still not quite there. I mean, he could have been on that level if she took the time to put a lot into her son versus keeping up with what Melody is doing with her children, versus just keeping up with Martell's penis. Keep up with how your child speaks and articulates himself. Put him in speech therapy. Get him extra guidance in that. If you don't have the patience to do it, at least see to it that you have somebody work with him who does. And most of the time when women choose to have children for married men, it's for a motive. Not most of the time it has nothing to do with wanting to give that child the best, wanting to teach them the best, wanting to make sure that that child has everything he or she really needs. Is really all about, okay, well, if his wife got kids, I want to have one too. I got to show her that I'm gonna always have a spot in his life because we got a child together, just like she has children from them. This just goes to show, whenever she's around these kids, she's sizing them up. Trust and believe she's paying attention to what kind of shoes they got on, if they wearing expensive shoes, if they wearing expensive clothes. She's paying attention to all of that. Because we know Melody, her mindset, Melody is always been one to strive for the best, you know. So she's going to make sure her children have the best, her children look the best. So Air Mattress, on the other hand, is always jocking Melody and Melody's children. Don't think for a second she don't like Melody. Because she don't like Melody, don't think for a second she likes Melody's and Martell's children. He's so damn selfish and ignorant, and he's so glad to have Arionne around to stroke his ego. He's not understanding the fact this woman does not like your kids. She's only tolerating them because she knows if she wants Maverick to be around you, she has to tolerate Melody's children being around them. Even though Melody's children was there first before she decided to go raw with you and have unprotected sex and create Little Helmet. In her mind, she's going to always, because that's the little girl that she is, she's going to pay attention to what Martell does for the Eminem kids compared to what he does for Maverick. So, and much so to where she's paying attention to what type of bicycle. Think about it. This is just how little girlish her mindset is. She's thinking about, she's looking at how, oh my gosh. People always calling my business phone. This is why I can hardly ever go live. I'm always getting calls. Okay, so anyway, so she's studying everything because Air Mattress is nowhere near a grown woman. She has not arrived. She's not there. She's going to always be threatened by Melody. She's going to always be threatened by Melody's children. So if Martell buys the Eminem kids all an adult combo from McDonald's, and he only buys Maverick a Happy Meal, she's going to size that up. Why he can't get a regular burger like the rest of them? She's very, very childish. And she's very insecure. So she's going to always be comparing what Martell does for Melody's children compared to what he does for Maverick. She's going to always be studying him when it comes to that.
So what's the difference in her bike? If it's the
just made
same
different.
system? Oh.
It's made different.
Like the seat is higher?
Just the bike it's just bigger.
Thank you.
Notice somebody, people like picking with her. Somebody said Milani has a better bike. She overlooked that comment.
There, give me this material. Making me dizzy, good grief. So I literally have 2 more semesters left, and I'll be done. And I'm so grateful that I went back to school. And when I graduated,
What is it?
I'm gonna invite y'all to my graduation party. Let me just be quiet. No, I'm not. But okay, what products do I use on my hair? Today, I brushed it up with some water and pushed it back. It should be clearer than what it is, but it's kind of trying to be impressed. But thank y'all so much. I'm actually about to sit for my LPN exam because I'm in a 2-year program. And after 3 semesters, people can sit for an LPN. So I'm waiting to hear back from the Alabama Board of Nursing. So I get my ATT. And yeah. Thank y'all so much. I'm definitely already a graduate. I graduated from Alabama A&M in 2013, so long ago. I have a degree in biology, so those were all of my prerequisites to get into nursing school. I am in a 2-year RN program, After 3 semesters are completed, we get the test for our LPN, and then 2 more semesters we get the test for our RN. I have already completed 3 semesters, so I currently don't work. I don't have a job now. I am not a CNA. I have never took
You sure don't have a job.
I have never took a
Did y'all peep the shade? She sure don't have a job. So this is where it gets interesting, y'all. This is where we start really seeing. And this is the reason why I had to upload this today, because I want y'all to read the room. I want y'all to read them between the lines. That was shade. She don't have a job. Okay? So let's continue. Let's continue hearing this, y'all.
I've never been a CNA. I've never tested. I've never had the title of a CNA. I don't work currently.
Somebody said, and you also don't have a car.
Martell, hush.
I'm just saying you ain't worked in 4 years. Lord Jesus.
It's been 5. And the summer before I started nursing school, I worked for 2 months.
See, this is what Melody used to go through. So he's basically insulting her, right? You don't have a job. You haven't worked in 4 years. Okay? Now, this is what you call a borderline narcissist, right? And she has become so numb to Martell disrespecting her. You know, you can tell in her eyes is making her feel some type of way that he will call out and blast her. Now, this is the irony, right? He's allowed to dictate what Arionne can and can't say, but he's allowed to say and throw shade and embarrass her and says anything he wants out of his mouth. This is the irony of, this is what happens when you decide to not take because Melody gave him to you. But this is when you decide to take on another woman's narcissist. Okay? He doesn't mind giving you rules, but he makes the rules as he goes. And not only that, you're not going to give him any rules. Okay? So just notice, wasn't the conversation earlier, speak on motivational stuff, speak about things that are more motivating. So she's trying to follow his instructions by talking about school, talking about her classes. She's trying to go to motivating directions because she knows if she wants to stay in Martell's good graces, she has to do what Master Martell said, which is speak motivational. Here comes the narc that he is. How you go from telling her to speak motivational, but then you go in there and you throw the shade of, you ain't got no job, you ain't working 4 years. Okay, like I said, read in between the lines. This just goes to show you what. This is a taste. This is a sample of what Air Mattress is dealing with. This is what Melody used to have to deal with. Let's go.
So,
A month and a half.
2 full months.
Oh, you did?
Yes, Martell.
Oh. Must be nice.
Sounds like Martell wants you to get a job. Martell, do you want me to get a job? Martell wants me to get a job. Do you want me to get a job?
Now think about it. He said, you haven't worked in 4 years and you ain't got a job. So now she's asking him, Martell, do you want me to get a job? Now pay attention to the narcissism.
No, let's be real. Let's. You want me to get a job, Martell?
You got the filter on?
Yep, I do.
Oh, I ain't getting on the filter.
Okay,
I don't get on filter.
Okay, so didn't she say earlier she ain't had on no foundation? When somebody asked her, but you didn't say that you had a filter. See, little stuff like this, just lie about every goddamn thing. Even if something has a filter. All you have to do is say, no, I ain't got no foundation on, but I do have a filter. And Martell knows that she uses a filter all the time. That's why he asked her that. You peeped that, right? Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, let me get back See, it's hard operating a business and you have people calling you left and right. But okay, let's go back.
What's up, baby?
I just got 9 points in a row.
Oh,
I made it in the hole 3 times in a row.
What y'all playing?
Let's go. Put in the hole.
Oh.
It's called Some with the little beanie bag.
Oh, so it's not like would we be playing that?
Yeah, it's the, closer to getting in the hole, but it's still...
And don't think for a second, Martell, this is all game. He knows that Melody is not really fond of her children being around Air Mattress. He knows that Martell is always thinking 20 steps ahead because he's a narcissist and he's evil. And he's very vindictive. I think daily he drinks, eats, and boo-boos retaliation. He's always seizing a moment, if that makes sense, right? He's always making sure that whatever he does, it has some type of spiteful narrative to it, right? So he could have not went live knowing he has the kids with him, right? He could have just enjoyed that moment with just him and his kids. He had to go live and he had to make sure he went live with Arionne. So my thing is the fact that he had to talk her into speaking on things more motivational. Don't think for a second that he did not tell her to go live during this time of him being with his children, because he could have easily said, no, I just want to focus on the kids today. I just want us to do a family thing today. We're not going to go live. So trust and believe he's doing all of this on purpose. And because Air Mattress is so into pleasing him, she don't mind making herself the sacrificial lamb. So let's continue. But just know this was already thought of before they even did this, especially with Martell, because Martell's the mastermind of everything.
Okay. I saw it. Good job. And I heard you talking loud again.
Go ahead, girl. Looking like you. Looking like your twin.
Man, you're so funny. Oh, Lord, she's so funny.
Back to our conversation. Martell, do you want me to get a job? Because somebody just said he is the job. Do you want me to get... Oh, girl, you get it on another level. Baby. Do you want me to get a job, Martell?
Well, it's well worth it, I tell you that.
Do you want me to get a job?
Now, peep what he just said. Now, somebody in the comment section, when she asked, do you want me to get a job? Somebody in the comment section said, Martell is a job. And she was like, girl, you are right about that. Now, she's saying that sarcastically, but the truth of the matter is Martell really is a job. He's a lot of work. He's a lot of mental work. He's a lot of emotional work. So even though Air Mattress laughed it off in a joking manner, the fact that she agreed to the fact that that person commented that he is a job, that speaks volumes. See, you have to pay attention in the little things, not the major stuff. Other words, Martell is a whole task within himself. He's a lot. Now, you probably didn't peep the cockiness. He said, yeah, but it's a job well worth it. This is what I'm saying. He thinks that highly of himself. And this is the reason why Air Mattress, he can't think highly of her. Because he's thinking highly for himself. For the both of them, she's thinking highly of him, and he's thinking highly of himself. So where is the room for her to think highly of herself, and for him to even think highly for her, when they're both are only thinking highly of him? So it's this egotistical arrogance of, I am the shit. I am that man. I'm that dude. I'm worth it. Regardless of how many women I done disrespected, how many women I humiliated, I embarrassed, allegedly physically abused, emotionally abused. Yet I am the prize. And it's dangerous when a man who thinks he's the prize to you and he's God's gift to women, the fact that you support him on this type of thinking. And then you get mad when a man likes this thinks less of you. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't know how to talk to you. You create this monster, because it's not a joking matter. I don't know about y'all, but if somebody comments that, oh, your man, he is a job, and then he turns around and says, yeah, but I'm a job that's well worth it. okay, you think that highly of yourself. He wasn't even man enough to even say, well, I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I am a job now. I'm a piece of work now. Oh, yeah. Any woman who deal with me, she got to put in overtime. No, he cannot hide how much he loves himself. He cannot hide how high he is on himself, how big he is on himself. So small details. Seems harmless, right? But pay attention to the little things. Let's continue. Hit that like button, y'all, if you haven't, by the way. I appreciate y'all for being here. I know I don't be uploading a lot, but I thank y'all so much. Please hit the like button because I got to get back into the algorithms, y'all. Please hit the likes for me. Thank you.
Because when I used to work and I did have a job, Martell was at the job. So, do you want me to get a job?
Hold on. What you say?
Okay. She said just now, when I did have a job, Martell was always at the job. In other words, he was already in the midst of programming, training you on how he was going to control you. But by you being young and dumb, you thought that was cute. And you thought you might have even felt like, you know, you was that chick because he would bust up on your job. No, that was to make sure that no other ninja was getting in them draws. That's what that was about. Continue.
You were at the job, Martell.
I don't get it. What you mean?
You were bringing me lunch. You was there before I clocked off years ago. So do you want me to get a job?
That was 8-9 years ago.
You were still there.
So, peep what she said. You were there when I clocked in. You would bring me lunch. This ninja been controlling her from day one, even though he was a married man. And it speaks volumes on how low a woman's self-esteem is if a man who already has a wife can still dictate and control. But the truth of the matter is that is one of the defaults of being a side chick, is that the married man will always have somebody. You, on the other hand, you don't. At least, well, that's what Martell thought, but he found out the hard way. But for the most part, this is why I don't understand the mindset of side chicks, because you put yourself in bondage for a man who's not even yours, who's already, you know, joined to somebody spiritually, you know, and the fact that this man has had so much control over her from day one, even something as simple as to being to your place of business, in which he's bringing you lunch, which I'm sure he paid with Melody's money. But while she thought it was cute the whole time, this ninja was programming her in a way of him controlling her. He was putting her in a training of, I am going to dictate you. I am going to regulate you. I'm going to run you. Why, in her young and dumb mind, she probably thought it was cute. She probably even thought it was attractive, and maybe she was turned on by it. But the whole time, he was grooming her so he can always have control over her mental and her spiritual, and he's had control ever since. Now, that was 8-9 years ago, right? Which she admits. And she's still with him to this day. So just imagine, ladies, how far worse the control has become. And we're going to see some more action. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I mean, do you really want me to get a job?
Yeah, I do, as long as it's worth it. But if like back then, you making $15 an hour, no, ma'am, I don't want you to.
Now, peep this, y'all. And I'm going to do a lot of interjections, y'all. I told y'all that. Okay, I could just sit here and play the whole thing through, but that would defeat the purpose of me being a content creator. She just asked, right, do you really want me to get a job? You know why? Because she knows even Martell is full of crap. Martell really don't want her to work. So just that quick, he tried to do recovery and say, yeah, if it's paying at least $50 an hour or so. So even she knows that, Martell, you know you don't want me to damn work. You sure you want me to work? Even she knows that he's putting on. But let me play that little tiny part back.
No.
Who said I was making $15 an hour? Do you really want me to get a job?
Yeah, I do, as long as it's worth it. But if you, like back then, you making $15 an hour, no, ma'am, I don't want you to work because, no.
Who said I was making $15 an hour?
Back then, you were 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 15 years ago, you was making.
I don't know what he's talking
you was
about,
making
guys.
40. How much were you making? That's the fact right there.
Right, but even
No. How much were you making?
I can't remember.
I
It was so long
remember.
ago. Martell ain't worked in years.
That's the reason I didn't want you to work, because it didn't make sense. $14 an hour? No, ma'am.
$14 an hour, Martell. I
Back
was never
then.
making $14 an hour. But even still, me going to work now as a
Peep how he lied. Peep the manipulation. The 14, 15 hours. Think about it. They bout wasn't even offering out much then. We're talking about years ago. I think probably the average pay at that point in time probably was maybe 9, maybe 12 an hour. Okay? So the fact that he had to laugh it off, peep it. We're gonna play that one more time. I want y'all to hear.
so long
Remember,
ago. Martell ain't worked in years.
that's the reason I didn't want you to work, because it didn't make sense. $14 an hour? No, ma'am.
$14 an hour, Martell. I
Back
was never
then.
making $14 an hour.
She said I was never making $14 an hour.
Even still, me going to work now as a nurse.
Hey, so guys.
Can I work full time?
So
Because,
I don't think-
like Martell tell her, I can't work nights, y'all, which is crazy because you get paid the most at nights.
Yeah.
Can I work nights, Martell?
You would not work nights.
Why? You get paid the most at nights.
You have a beautiful daughter and a young son. No.
They could be sleep at night, Martell, while I go to work, and then in the morning I'd be able to take my kids to school, pack their lunch, like I do every.
So, Pete, this is what Melody was married to, y'all. That's why getting away from Martell was the smartest thing she could have possibly done. Now, just peep all of these lies, all wrapped in one. He said he didn't want her working because 14, 15 an hour, that wasn't no money. No, ma'am. Okay. Then she was like, okay, well, if I work at night and I'll make more money, which is true because you do have a lot of jobs. They do pay you more if you work at night. He says, no, I don't want you working at night either. So this is the typical narcissist. She even agreed, I'll make more money, but I got to work at night. No, I don't want you working at night. Whole bottom line is, this man is playing her. And it's crazy work, y'all, that somebody else's ex-husband has this much control over your life and you don't even have a ring. Other than a ring, he probably leaves in your shower at night when he comes over to smash you 2, 3 in the morning or whatever. But this just goes to show y'all it's crazy work how much control Martell has always had over Air Mattress. And let me tell you something. This is the reason why him and Melody's marriage continued to get worse. Because what was going on was he had made himself accustomed to controlling a woman outside of his marriage. So what tends to happen is, being that Melody was already independent, self-sufficient, and business-minded, women that are already independent by nature are automatically not going to be as controlled to a certain degree compared to a female who does not work, who is not independent. It's more easier for a man to control a woman who does not work, who's not business minded, who's not ambitious. And what had happened was he had gotten so used to regulating and running Arionne that he thought he could do the same thing with Melody. Because one thing about a married man, when he has a wife at home and he has a woman on the outside that he's seeing, he wants both women to be at bay. He cannot have one that's allowed to do whatever they want to do, but yet the side chick, he can control the side chick, or the side chick can do what they want to do, but it's the woman at home, he can keep her regulated. No, he wants to have control of both, because the moment one of those women start elevating on him and he loses control over one of those women, 9 times out of 10 he's only going to be able to control one. And that's what happened. For a while he probably was juggling and ran the show with his marriage and ran the show with Air Mattress. After a while, like anything else, the cord got to snap at some point. You can't keep pulling both directions and not think at some form in time that one of these is going to crack. And Melody was the one to crack. Melody cut the cord and said, hell no, you're not going to be running and ruining my life, and at the same time you get to disrespect me and deal with this other woman in our marriage, and then on top of that you regulating her too, because you're letting her know that she can disrespect me. You letting her think that it's okay to call a house. Martell had a whole lot of control, except for Melody. Melody shut down the camp, and I totally derailed him, because Martell was not prepared for Melody to shut him down and to end that marriage. In his mind, he had already planned for longevity to control both of these women. So now the only thing that's left for him to control is Arionne air mattress. And let me tell y'all some more stuff here, and I got to pump the brakes, right? Keep in mind, I'm going to tell y'all, listen, I'm going to tell y'all why Martell does not want Arionne to really work. First of all, he knows that once a woman becomes independent, he's automatically going to lose his control. Let me tell you who taught him that. Melody. He is not going to allow Arionne to become another Melody. Even though we all know she does not have the smarts, she does not have the degrees, she does not have the intelligence. We all know, righteously so. Air mattress will never be on Melody's level, right? Not mentally, not financially, not emotionally. We know this, right? However, Melody taught Martell a very valuable lesson. Never get involved with a woman more smarter than you, more educated than you, more financially well together than you. Because guess what? If she has more than you, she can leave you anytime she wants. He knows that now more than anybody, thanks to Melody Cherie. I need some clap emojis. Some clap emojis in the chat. Let me see the clap emojis, lady. Please hit that like button. Let me see the clap emojis, ladies. Melody taught him if nobody else did. Once a woman stands on her own, starts making her own money, starts building her own platform, starts building her own wealth, now she has the sources she needs to defend herself, to stand up for herself. He would never in his life deal with another woman who has her own shit. It's not going to happen, because he saw through Melody that once a woman builds an empire on you, once a woman builds independency, once a woman builds a career, once a woman builds self-sufficiency, she no longer has a purpose for you. And men like Martell, who are codependent, who are narcissistic, who are selfish, they can't thrive off a woman who they know don't need them. Melody has scared Martell into ever wanting to deal with the independent woman who's making her own money. He never wants to deal with a woman who's going to boss up on him. Now, this is the irony, y'all. Now, think about it. He's still a narcissist, so you still got to look at it this way. Even though he does not want Arionne to get a job, even though he's coming up with all these excuses, well, you can't work because that's not enough money. Well, yeah, you can get more money at night, but I don't want you working at night. This is the irony. He don't want her to work, but the very moment he gets himself in a bind or a situation in which she cannot financially help him or back him, he's going to belittle her. Mark my word. That is the irony. You can never please a narcissistic ninja. If you get a job, oh, you must be effing some ninja on the job. Why you had to work late tonight? Oh, you must be got bent over in the janitor closet and at the hospital. Baby, air mattress got way more than what she bargained for. But in this case, she didn't get more than what she bargained for. She's going to end up getting less than what she bargained for. Martell don't want her to work, but at the same time, he's going to hate her for not being able to help him. That's the irony of dealing with a bipolar ass narcissistic ninja. Because they keep your mind all over the place. One minute they want you to work and help them. Then they'll be like, no, I don't want you working. I want you home to keep the kids. But as soon as he get in a bind or he get in a financial situation and you can't even help me, you ain't worth nothing. Girl, listen. This is third party embarrassment. I hope she don't think that this was a good look. Because this whole TikTok live really reflects just how less of a woman he sees her as. But let's continue. It's still more to go, y'all. No. We still got more to go. Let's go.
Well, you ain't on, you don't have a blog, so we ain't gonna talk about that. No.
A blog?
A vlog. What they call it, a vlog? No. Don't worry about it.
It's my real life, Martell.
Yeah.
Some people don't show everything that goes on in their life. Me and you choose not to.
Oh.
So do you feel like I need...
Yeah, okay, I don't want you to work nights. And the only time I want you to,
Somebody put all those red flags. He said, I don't want you to work nights. No. Because when I met you through my wife, I was smashing with you. I was cheating on my wife with you. So why in the world would I trust you working for anybody, knowing that they can smash you? You could possibly meet a man on the job who can smash you and get the draws like you used to give to me. If you cheated with me on my wife, I'm damn sure not going to trust you to work a night job. It's not happening. This is what you signed up for, side chicks. Yeah, it's cool to be the side chick, but what ends up happening is when you get with these men and their wives leave them so you can have them all to yourself, then guess what? These men will not trust you no further than they can see you. Why? Because you was a willing participant when he was cheating on his wife. You were in on it. So therefore, dear, he will never trust you.
yeah, so if you do work, it just has to make sense financially, that's all.
So you sent me to school for me not to be able to work nights and for it to make sense financially.
Right.
Okay, so...
Did you just hear that? If you do work, it got to make sense. It got to financially make sense. She said, okay, so you sending me to school until I can, how the hell she said it? Y'all, I'm confusing myself. But just peep what he just said.
Oh.
So do you feel like I need...
Yeah, okay, I don't want you to work nights. And the only time I want you to, so if you do work, it just has to make sense financially, that's all.
So you sent me to school for me not to be able to work nights and for it to make sense financially.
Right.
So she said, so you sent me to school so I can't work nights. So how is she going to better herself if she can't work nights? And nights, that's where the money is. And then he was like, right. And he just simply answered, and what she said, she kind of had a valid point. I mean, you sent me to school, so I should be able to make more money, but you telling me you don't want me to really work nights so I can make more money. This is what happens when you are married to a narcissist. I'm telling you, he don't want the girl to work, but he gonna drag her the moment she can't help him. Girl, Molly, you in danger, girl.
Okay, so...
You at least need to be making $50, $60 an hour or something.
Well, we live in Alabama, which are the lowest paid nurses in the U.S. And you don't come out of nursing school with the Arionne making $50 or $60 an hour. You can work for a year and do travel nursing. And you told me that you don't even want me to do travel nursing.
Hold on. Oh.
But so some things are going to change. You might be okay with nights.
No, girl.
What's wrong?
I've heard about nursing. I've heard about nurses. I heard about nurses.
Like every other day, his algorithm is on some bullshit. He always sending me something about nurses being cheaters, y'all.
Yeah, I
the
heard.
Crazy part is just because you work at the hospital, you might wear scrubs. That does not mean that you are a nurse and you are a cheater. He feel like all nurses are cheaters.
Yeah. I think she gonna act like me.
Feel like he.
Yeah, someone said she said that it's crazy.
They said, but you're a cheater. He's a cheater.
Yep.
He's telling you the truth. You lying. Y'all still together. You paranoid.
Yep. Now what?
Martell, that's coming for you.
I ain't cheated in 6 years. Now what?
Did he pass the...
It's very exhausting watching how these two manipulate each other. That's how I know this relationship is going to go on for a very, very long time. She knows that Martell is shitting her, but she wants him just that much. The irony of he heard that all nurses cheat. But see, this is what happens when you get involved with the married man and you're a volunteer to sign up to become a part of the demise of his marriage. He doesn't feel he has to honor or respect you. He doesn't feel that. And the thing is this, you got married men that are like this. You accepted me for what I was. You knew I was cheating on my woman. You knew I was violating my vows. Yet you still wanted me and you chose to be with me. So now in their mind, they feel that they are entitled to treat you and handle you however they want. You was willing to accept me knowing I was somebody else's husband. And you still wanted me. So basically, ladies, when you get involved with a married man, you put yourself at a disadvantage. Because the fact that you got with him on a foundation of disrespect, the irony of wanting him to respect you, you have a mental malfunction. You know, that's like somebody who's robbing a bank and think that, you know, anytime he goes to a bank, nobody's not going to think for a second he's not going to rob that bank again. This is the truth of the matter. This is a harsh reality, and that's why I stated Arionne has a long way to go. Because not only is she slow, the point of the matter is she's in love with this man, in lust with this man. She thinks the world of Martell. Even though she knows certain things he's saying, he's manipulating her, it's not making no sense. She's in love with that man. That's the reason why she's been with him for 12 years. She's willing to suffer. She's willing to endure the embarrassment, anything to be with him. Because in her mind, she's thinking that eventually this is going to pay off. Eventually, everything I'm going through, I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get the husband I'm looking for. She's still looking for the big payoff in this. Interesting to say the least.
The doodle says, you want to speak on it, babe, or you don't want to speak on it because...
Oh, y'all will see it. Y'all will see it.
Okay. You both are. Ooh.
What?
They said find you a doctor.
Who? They told you to find a doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Why she find a doctor for what? I make more than half of the doctor, so for what? She'll find a doctor for. I'm a good guy. Doctors.
Martell, you do not make you don't make more than a doctor. You don't even make more than Dr. Pepper, the brand of soda. No, sir.
Shit. You know
You a
that
change man, babe?
you know that bending them nurses over? What you talking about?
Ooh, it's bending nurses over.
It's them doctors.
No, Martell, they're not.
I'm gonna find you a doctor. Girl, I'm gonna jump through the...
That's why Arionne is childish. She's with a childish grown man. Makes sense. The way he's talking like a college freshman. It's between a high school senior and a college freshman. Ain't no way no full grown man has this level of intellect that Martell has. I just, oh Lord, God, get me through the rest of this.
This fall.
Babe, I don't want a doctor. I just want you.
Babe, I don't want no doctor. I just want you. In other words, and this is the reason why Martell would never ever have to take it to the next level. Arionne has made it very clear to him that you are my God. You are my Lord and Savior. You are everything to me. She has to keep reassuring him of that because, again, Martell milks off of her stroking his ego. And this is the thing about it, though. When it comes to these married men, they'll let you stroke their ego day in and day out. But the bad part about it is, while you're thinking all this ego stroking is going to get you to that promised land, you're going to get that ring, you're going to get that house with the picket fence, only thing he's going to keep doing is taking your ego stroking. He's going to take it like medication, and nothing else is going to become of it. He's just going to feed into it. He's going to eat it up. But listen, she's been stroking his ego for almost 12 years. A ring should have been on the way. All this ego stroking, where is finally the complimentary prize? All this ego stroking. I love you, babe. You're everything, babe. So if you're doing all this ego stroking live, I could imagine all the extra stuff you're doing in the bedroom. You probably tossing this man salad. You probably teabagging. You going above and beyond. Only for them to still treat it like it's a regular damn beef jerky that you give to a German Shepherd. Okay, so you're doing all this above and beyond. You're doing everything to make this man feel good about himself. But what has he done to make you feel good about yourself? Oh, I know what he's done to make you feel good about yourself. He's allowed you to be with him in public. Let's continue. Somebody said I feel dumber just looking at this shit.
Having such a good time over there.
They said propose, good man. They in our business, huh?
They can get all in their business. Y'all
They
want,
can get in our business.
They can get all in our business. Just like on the show. Be transparent around here.
So you're the only one transparent, you feel like? You feel like you're the only one transparent on the show?
Of course.
Out of the couples. How do you feel like that?
You talking out of
the couples?
There's a lot of couples on there. I think it's
the married couples. There's only 2 other married couples on there.
3.
Who? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're the only transparent one out of all the 3 married couples?
I ain't speaking on that.
Okay. They're gonna be trying to get out the tea. I'm trying to.
I miss trying to be getting a phone call.
You know? For what? They gonna be saying, Martell, keep going. They ain't gonna be saying nothing. Or you talking about from the couples?
No, I'm talking about from. Don't get me in trouble.
All right, you're gonna be quiet then.
Yeah, because you know you need the money and you'll get booted off that damn show if you breach the contract and you discuss some things that don't need to be discussed. Don't let your little girl make you run your mouth too quick. And you know you need that Lost and Tragic in Huntsville checks now, because that's the only income you getting.
You acting like we're on a podcast.
This
there's gonna be a podcast. Scoot over.
Podcast.
You take the filter off. I'll put my face on there.
They might be needing a little.
You don't need no. You natural all over. Natural body, natural hair.
It just gives, sometimes you just need a little bit. Martell don't understand, y'all. He be protected.
And Martell be playing. He's the kind. He think about it. He has insulted her the majority of the live. Then he's gonna say, "Oh, you're natural everything. You don't need no filter, babe. Natural hair, natural body, natural. Okay, but." You just basically insulted her by saying that, she don't work. She don't have a job. That is what the narc does. He builds you up just so he can keep tearing you down. Typical narcissistic ninja nature.
Take the filter off. Me and B want to be out looking all rough when we gotta give a little.
No, I think all women.
Martell is the prize. Aren't you the prize, babe? It's a good prize.
I'm telling you. I don't know. You speak it. Am I?
You are the prize.
Why you say I'm the prize?
I mean,
no,
I'm the prize too, but you are the prize.
No, we're not talking about.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about you right now.
How am I the prize?
Because you're a good man. Regardless of.
No, we're not talking about. We talking about how am I a good man? Yeah, because I don't want you to.
You are a good father. Okay. I'm not going down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
But you can be a good father to your children, but still not be a prize for women,
right.
For a woman.
Okay.
But
you said I'm a prize, so I'm saying how am I a prize?
So I'm not bringing up what you do for the kids. I'm talking about me.
Ain't nobody say bring the kids up.
It looked like you hesitated to want me to stop a little bit, so I'm just trying to.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say just what it is, not what it ain't.
I was speaking on what it is. You're good to me.
How am I the prize? They say.
They said you're not the prize. They said I'm delusional.
How am I the prize?
Because you the total package, babe. And we moving forward, and we can't bring up the past. And yeah, it's not what do you do for me, it's what don't you do for me.
See, I had to whisper again. He's asking her, explain to me how am I the prize. In other words, I need more medication. I need more medicine. Stroke my ego some more. You know, I need a refill on stroking my ego. He had to whisper her just now. What do I do? Oh my gosh, y'all, listen. Ain't no way in the world these two got. Now I see why a little helmet, it makes sense. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor thing. Look at his mama and his daddy. Lord, if Melody did not have the sense she had, ain't no telling where the little nuggets mentally would be. Now it makes sense why helmet. Okay, I get it. Continue. Okay, I got it now.
Right.
How am I the, you still didn't say how I'm the prize, but you said I'm the prize. I just want to know how I'm the prize.
I don't feel like I have to explain to them something, you know.
Because the truth is he's really not a prize. That's why she couldn't give a direct answer. If your man asks you, how am I a prize? You should be able to flat out say you're a prize because you're a good provider, you're loving, you're caring, you know how to show appreciation, you show how much you value me as a woman. She really couldn't even say because he's not a prize. It should not be that hard, even on a remedial level. The question was simple. She couldn't, the thing about it is, even Arionne knows she's lying to herself. She's stroking his ego and saying, babe, you're a prize. But even she couldn't formulate. She couldn't even give a description as to what makes him a prize. Because even she knows she's lying. She said, I'm not answering that. Because you can't. He's not a prize. At all. You've just gotten so used to just stroking his ego and telling him all of these wonderful things you just done. But you know for a fact he's not delivering none of what you say he is. Because you, my dear, couldn't even give us an explanation as to what the hell makes him a prize.
Sometimes it's almost like what's understood don't gotta be explained.
It ain't understood. They
it don't have to be understood to them because they would never get it.
What's up, Maverick?
Boo baby was just
Martell wants you to explain to the audience what makes him a prize. Okay? Because even he knows that nobody believes it. And he needs Arionne to confirm what makes him a prize. And she's not even smart enough to formulate and put together the words that at least make it appear that he's a prize.
Live going spiraling, so they would never get it on my type of level, and I don't expect them to. That's why I'm over here content and happy because I have my man.
Why are you happy?
Put me through school, taking care of me, fulfilling all my needs and what I need and what I got going on. So we,
go party,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll hold it.
That's another level.
The fact that that he again had to make you say when you implied I'm happy and I'm content, he said what makes you happy. You said the fact that he put you in school. Well, financial aid could have did that. So again, dear, you're not saying anything. You're not selling us. You're not convincing us that you're really happy and that he's this prize. You've already felt the assignment on that.
And
okay, I got it.
I must be not worried about karma. We didn't,
Worried about what?
I must not be worried
like
about
somebody
karma.
said, he is gaslighting you. He wants you to brag on him. And she's not even smart enough to brag on him. Not that it would have helped, but she's not good at it. This is what happens when you pick up a woman who knows less than you. Yes, an advantage because you can manipulate, you can control them. But the problem with picking up a bird is that when you need them to say things, to articulate themselves in a certain way that makes you look good, they don't know how.
How many years y'all think karma lasts? Because we done been through.
Yeah, you keep on. Hey, listen. If karma was that true, All white people will be wiped
Martell,
off the face of this earth. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If karma was true, if karma was karma, if karma was actually a thing.
But we, Martell, don't.
Oh, I'm just saying.
What white people got? Oh Lord, listen. Melody was smarter than the both of them. Ain't no way. Melody would have not been able to survive dealing with the both of them. Ain't no way in the world.
Years of some slavery, it wouldn't be none but black people if karma was real.
But the ancestors are dead now. The slave owners are dead now.
No.
You can't help what you inherited.
No. Oh, yes, you can.
What you gonna do? You're supposed to give the black person the mule and the...
If karma was real.
Karma is real, Martell. You don't think we've experienced any karma of us just, experiencing and growing and living? You don't think so?
No, this is what you call growth. We go through things in life.
Right.
You got to get over the hurdles. You go through some of the trials and tribulations.
So Martell, you don't think everything that we've gone through is not part of karma? No, it's called growth. Where's the growth? Where's the growth? Other than hopefully you grew out those skunk loafers that Caramel talks about all the time. Hopefully you grew them out. Shout out to her, by the way.
But
And
you move
you
forward.
become more wise
But
and all that.
So you don't think anything that we've gone
I
through...
don't think it's considered karma.
that
No.
people don't even know about.
I don't think it's
karma.
considered karma. It's life. That's what you call life. Hey, son.
So when the narc makes bad decisions, it's not called karma, it's called growth. But if somebody does him in, if somebody, retaliates against them and it backfires, it's called karma. Okay, interesting. Again, narcissistic ninja nature.
It's life, not karma. No.
Okay.
You know how many bad people go through life without us knowing what the fuck they've done? And they just continue to go?
Okay, so you could be a bad person and then you get hit by a car or you die from colon cancer or you...
Oh, there's cancer? I mean, that's... Hold on a second. You gonna pull me down?
Or you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, no, it's because you had it inside the hole.
He's still trying to ride his bike?
He's definitely riding his bike still. He won't put his helmet on. Oh. You got it?
I just got it.
Hold on, son. Let me see. Oh, good job.
Go work at the VA, making 40 an hour and up. I don't know if it's a VA in Huntsville. Is there a VA?
Yep.
I know it's one in Dayton.
It ain't one in every major city. Huntsville's different major city.
Why do you think Huntsville is a major city? Y'all just became a major city within the last
It don't matter. We there.
Because y'all
We're the biggest city in the state of Alabama.
doing too much online. Like, online.
Yeah.
What time?
What time?
At 7 o'clock. It's 5 right now, so y'all should go eat dinner and you bring him soon.
Okay, son. We'll see.
At 7 o'clock.
Dad, he doesn't even know how to fight.
How you don't hear that?
Melanie?
Because he already knows how to fight and he doesn't need to know how to fight anymore.
Quiet, Melanie.
You be quiet, Milani.
Maverick, you be quiet.
I'm the both of you. 'Cause you don't tell me what to do. You're not.
Maverick and Melanie, y'all stop.
Dad, he said,
No
I'm not.
fussing. Watch out, Maverick, for clothesline, son.
Yeah, Maverick.
Melanie, hush.
I'm going with you, Mom.
You going with me?
Yeah, are you going to buy my Optimus?
You got your bike today, so we get it tomorrow.
Mom.
Okay, y'all. So I think we have seen quite enough. Definitely interesting, right? But I wanted to bring up some more significant points, okay?
You are now about to witness the strength.
My bad, y'all. So I wanted to bring up some more points, right, that I didn't want to mention too much. Because the video was going on, right? But there's a few things that need to be addressed. For one, why Martell is still holding on to Arionne. I want to break down some elements of that. First of all, it's about control and power. Okay? Martell thrives on control. With Melody, he lost it. With Arionne, he keeps it. As you can see, she doesn't have a voice. She doesn't really get to make her own decisions. She doesn't. He's taken away more and more of her independence, of her being able to have her own mind, have her own thoughts. Slowly but surely, he's stripping her of that. Even down to something as simple when she's trying to explain to him about karma. No, he changed her whole narrative on that, basically saying no is growth. And as you can see, she totally became quiet. She didn't want to debate with him on that. She did not want to, she didn't feel a need to rebuttal anything he says. So she's already being stripped of control, down to her own thoughts and down to her own ideas and things that she may want to do for herself in life. He's stripping her of that. With Melody, he was not able to do so, which is why he ended up losing Melody. And had Melody made the choice to stay longer, eventually he would have stripped her. But she was smart enough to get out of Dodge before he took her for everything she had. Because listen, a man could take your money. He may could even take your dignity to a degree. But once he starts taking your mind, you definitely start losing everything from there. Your dignity goes, your independence goes, and slowly but surely Melody felt that she was losing her mind. And that's why she had to break away from him so she can make sure she would preserve that. Because again, once a man takes your mind, he pretty much is going to take everything else from there. He dictates the pace, the narrative, and even how she appears on the live. That power dynamics feeds his ego. Only thing Arionne knows how to do is to do what Martell tells her to do. Another reason Martell is still holding on is for familiarity and comfort. Make no mistake about it, Martell does not want to be there. Okay? You had a few Martell minions in the comment section trying to cape hard for Arionne, but the truth is Martell is only there because of the comfort and the familiarity. Martell does not like when dynamics change on him. He would rather be in a situation in which he knows is pretty much going to be the same all the time. That is why him and Melody would not have worked. Once Melody started standing on business, started putting her foot down, the more rebellious he became. It's like dealing with an unruly teenager. And now that you want to punish them, or now that you want to take away things from them, now they're rebelling, they're fighting you, and, it just escalates. That's the same thing. The narcissistic, the nature of the narcissistic ninja, which is Martell, they don't take too kindly to change. In other words, if I had control over your life for 5 years, you decide on the 6th year, you're going to take your power back, you're going to put your foot down, you're going to start calling shots. These type of men are capable of unaliving you. And the dangerous part about Air Mattress is that Melody pulled away, regardless of what chances she was taking with her life, with her safety. She was not going to allow fear to make her be the reason that she remained in an unhealthy marriage. The problem with Arionne, down from the very beginning, she's always allowed him to control everything. Down to he would bring lunch to her job anytime he felt like it, came up there unannounced, anytime he felt like it, and why she thought it was cute, it was about control. Well, keep in mind, Martell has had at least 12 or 13 years of that. If Arionne were to try to put her foot down right now, he'll darn near try to take her head off. And, and I don't say this in great pleasure, but the narcissistic ninja, once he's become so programmed to have a control over you for a long period of time, and you finally get tired of it, and you finally want to put your foot down, you finally want to stand your ground, you finally want to, you've come to that point where you realize you deserve better, you realize you need to have a say-so. A man like him, he will unalive you because you've made him become very, very comfortable. She's put in Martell in a safe haven in which he feels so safe with her because he knows that she's not going to challenge him. She's going to go with the flow and do exactly what he says. No matter how toxic, Arionne has always been a consistent figure in his life for years. Men like this, they're more drawn to women that are consistent. Not women that are committed. See, Mel was committed, but she wasn't consistent, meaning that she was committed as his wife, but she was just not going to stand there and lay down and roll over like Rover and take whatever he did. And this became very turbulent in the marriage. And this is the reason why the marriage could not continue, because Melody was not going to stay there and make herself become consistent, become comfortable in Martell's mistreatment. And because of that, this is the advantage Arionne had, unlike the Melody. Arionne was willing to be, to confine herself to being consistent to Martell, no matter how disrespectful or how much she lost herself in the process. Melody wasn't going for that. So, in other words, even though Martell knows that Arionne is not really good for him as far as them really having something meaningful like he had with a Melody. So he thought in his dysfunctional ass mind, in his mind, he doesn't consider it as toxic. Anybody who's willing to go along and get along with Martell, no matter how draining it is for them, he'll remain. Martell is very long-winded. He can sustain a lot. He can endure a lot, especially if that person is willing to keep him comfortable, even at their own discomfort. Allow him to do what he want to do, allows him to call the shots, allow him to pretty much dictate the goal and the objectives of the relationship. Then he'll be with you as long as you're willing to be consistent to him. He knows she'll stay no matter what he does, which gives him a sense of security. This is what's keeping both of these two together. Now I see it. Both of them are insecure as hell. Arionne is insecure because of everything Melody was to Martell. And she knows that she really can't measure up to that. But it's a part of her that wants to try to. That is why she wants to go to school. That's why she wants to become something. Also this, don't think for a second that Arionne is not paying attention to what Melody is doing. Don't think that she's not paying attention to all of these different businesses that Melody has going on. Because Melody is everywhere. Melody is a brand. Everywhere Arionne goes, she's going to hear or see Melody somewhere. Seventh Avenue products are booming. She's constantly hearing about it on internet. She's constantly seeing ads on Facebook. I know I see a lot of Melody's products ads a lot. She's paying attention. She's always admired Melody, and even to this day, she admires Melody. This is why she fought so hard to be in Melody's shoes. Now, understanding you got Melody's, you got the only thing you have of Melody is Martell, which ain't much. And even though y'all both had Martell, you still ain't had the same Martell that Melody had. Yeah, y'all both dealt with the mistreatment. Y'all both dealt with the narcissism and all of that. But at the same time, because Melody was always more educated and always had other things to fall on, she did not have to be stuck in that misery, unlike you. You're not working. You're not making any money. And Martell knows what he's doing. He's playing it smart this time. He does not want to go through another woman, being independent, being business-minded, being self-sufficient, because he thought it was okay as long as he was able to benefit from a woman's business success, from her being business-minded. But he found out the catch-22 to dealing with a woman that's business-minded and self-sufficient is that she could turn around and actually elevate and grow and become bigger and better over you. See, it was fine when he was able to benefit from Melody, but what he didn't know was not only can you benefit from the businesswoman, but the businesswoman can also destroy you. And he's finding that out the hard way. So therefore, he's not going to want Air Mattress to work. He's not going to want her to make too many major boss moves. And if he does grant that to her, let's say if she did decide to start her own business, well, she's done that and we know that hasn't gotten anywhere. But let's say if she did decide to take on the opportunity and he did go for it, it's going to be so much damn rules and restrictions. It's going to be like she's with her father. If she does start home business, he's going to have to be in on all the money she makes. He's going to be able to pop up to that job anytime he wants. If there's a certain man or somebody who's working for her and he's insecure, he'll tell her, no, you got to fire that person. I don't want that ninja working for you. Either way, even when she does get her own, if he does allow her to get her own, she's not going to be happy because he's going to be dictating every aspect of it, right? Because again, he don't want another Melody. Okay, Melody showed him what time it was, that you have to be careful, trying to conquer a boss lady and think that you're going to get the upper hand. Melody showed him that, so therefore he's going to make sure he keeps Arionne underneath him. He's not going to let another woman surpass him. Melody was the first woman to do it, and I guarantee you she's going to be the last. For Martell, it's better the devil I know than facing loneliness or true accountability. Martell is more weaker than Melody. If Melody was weak, she would have ran out there and grabbed the first man just to prove a point to Martell that I can get somebody, I'm happy. He's the weaker vessel of the relationship, and it shows. That's the reason why a female of Arionne's caliber was able to, pull him in, wean him in on his last leg. He can't stand being lonely. Martell hates it. Okay, he's going to be one of those men. He's going to always make sure he has a woman around him. Even a woman he doesn't love, even a woman he does not value or respect. The man hates loneliness. Melody introduced him to a lifestyle of being family oriented. He's have become accustomed to that. He will never be by himself. Now, will he ever marry? That's a whole nother situation. He may never be a husband, but he damn sure ain't never going to be lonely. Okay. Next is ego validation. Arionne has always hyped him up. Y'all saw that in live and stood by him. Even when the world called him out, she still makes him think that he's that dude. And even though that's her way of maintaining in a relationship by making him happy, at the same token, that is the adrenaline he needs to keep going. To him, he considers that as loyalty. Anybody that will stand by him, no matter how much he has disrespected other people or them, he gravitates towards it. That loyalty makes him feel desired and important, even if he's wrecked her happiness. As Martell is like this: as long as you're willing to make me happy, then that's what makes me happy. It's not about what makes us happy, how we can bring happiness to one another. It's about, if she makes me happy, I will do my best to make sure I stay happy until she makes me unhappy. His happy is all that matters, basically, okay? It's less about love. It's more about, I know she won't leave me. Martell is a sore loser. He doesn't care about love. He just doesn't like losing. He doesn't like to look like he can't hold his own. His image is more important than a woman's well-being. And for many years, Melody tried to put up that united front and still put up this image because she wanted her marriage. She loved her husband at the time, and she really did not want her family divided. And any woman who loves and values marriage and values her family, they fight the hardest to keep their family together. But it's hard to fight for a man who keeps fighting against you or keeps fighting you in general. It makes it unbearable. And Melody would have been willing to weather the storm, but he made it unbearable. He would not stop seeing Arionne. And then on top of that, he was very, very disrespectful to Melody. It just was not happening. There was just no chance in her being able to stomach being with him another lifetime. And I totally seeing how he's treating Arionne. I could only imagine for years what Melody had to go through. Shared secrets and bond. They've been through so much scandal together that in his mind she's locked in. They both are willing participants of this humiliation ritual, which they both have partaked in. So in his mind, he feels like because he doesn't want to be carrying a shit stick by himself, as long as Arionne is there, she's going to carry the shit stick with him. So that makes it a lot more easier for him to be able to endure his losses, because he's not the only one who lost. He feels like Air Mattress lost just as much as he did. But we know that Martell lost way more, okay? But Martell doesn't like for a ship to sink by itself. He don't want to be on a sinking ship by himself. He wants other people to sink with him. And that's what Marceau said in the last episode they did. And I'm going to talk about that too, just not today though. He doesn't want to be miserable by himself. He wants other people to join. If he's not happy, he wants everybody else to be happy. Next, she knows things about him others don't. That makes her hard to walk away from. She's part of his mess, his history, and his cover. She's endured all of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the low down. She's been a part of all of that, and because of that very reason, that is the reason he wants to stand by. He's willing to tolerate Arionne, due to the fact that she knows a lot of things about him, and she's been a part of all of his failures, and therefore that makes him comfortable in staying with her. Pride and stubbornness. Walking away would mean admitting to the world that everyone was right. Martell knows that this relationship is not working, but walking away from her right now is just going to basically confirm everything everybody was saying from the beginning. Y'all shouldn't have never been together. This relationship isn't going to work. So he will stand and be miserable first before he walk away and accept the reality of his bad decisions, right? He's very egotistical, so we know image is everything. He knows if he walks and him and Arionne are not together, it's going to confirm that everybody was right all along. He's not going there. Holding on to Arionne lets him pretend it was all worth it, even when it's clearly not. Let me tell y'all something. Martell does not like pain. He doesn't like pain at all. The crazy part is he will inflict it all day. He will inflict pain day in and day out. But he cannot handle pain, which is the reason why he holds on to Arionne. If Arionne did have enough balls and decided to walk away today and never look back, he will crumble. Not because he loves her and he can't make it without her. It's the ego. It's the ego. Like, who else is going to stroke my ego? If she leaves, nobody else is going to tell me how wonderful of a man I am, even though I know I'm garbage. The irony, Arionne isn't his wife, yet she's living under stricter rules than Melody ever did. And we see that. She's stuck because leaving him now would mean admitting she sacrificed her reputation, dignity, and peace for a man who never gave her the title. So, y'all, it's a whole lot that I can say, but I'm already... Let me see how much time I'm in, y'all. Yeah, I'm almost 2 freaking hours, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, but I owed it to y'all because I haven't done content with y'all in a while. So it was long overdue. So if this was very long-winded, the only thing I could recommend is that you pause part of the content and then watch the rest another day or another time. If it was way too long for your liking, and my apologies on that. It just was so much that needed to be covered. But anyway, y'all, if I feel anything else needs to be addressed, I will do that. A few more things I will say since we're already 2 hours in. Before I get ready to wrap it up, basically Arionne has accepted her role from the start. Arionne positioned herself as second place. Martell learned he could cheat, lie, and still keep her around. When someone allows you to treat them like an option, you'll never see them as a priority, and that's exactly what's going on. Every time Martell embarrassed her publicly, Arionne still stayed. Respect comes from knowing someone won't tolerate disrespect, but she's proven she will. He doesn't fear losing her, so therefore he does not value her. And that's the thing, ladies. If a guy doesn't fear losing you, baby, he's not going to value you. He lost his family for nothing. Melody walked away, but Martell can't even stand tall with Arionne as his partner. We see the fault. We saw the fake facade, the little fake little laughs and smickers and hee kiki and all of this and that. But deep down, he resents her because his reputation, marriage, and family image crumbled. And Arionne is a living reminder of that downfall. And if y'all don't think he's not telling her that behind closed doors every time he pisses off, or she pisses him off and they get into it, yes, he does it because he's the narc. Ego over love. Martell doesn't love Arionne. He uses hers. Pretty much like he did with Melody. She feeds his ego by staying loyal, but he withholds respect because he knows she'll tolerate crumbs. Also, she'll always be tied to the scandal. Arionne is forever the mistress in the public eye. Martell knows no matter how much she wants validation, her name is tied to drama. So he doesn't feel the need to uplift or honor her. So y'all, Arionne wants Martell's respect so badly that she bends, tolerates, and follows his lead. But it's that exact submission that ensures he'll never give her the title, dignity, or acknowledgement she craves. Y'all, this was long. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Please leave your comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this. Hit the like button. And yes, it was long, but I owed it to y'all. I haven't uploaded in a couple of weeks. So anyway, y'all be blessed. And until next time, talk to you soon.